do apologize. It looks like I had to restart this live stream over, which is always frustrating. I love technology. But please let me know in the comments if it sounds better on your guys' end, because my screen got frozen and then it just like stopped working for me. So I do apologize if you are just now tuning in on these live streams. This is just fun technical difficulties, but on these live streams, we just talk everything physical media. And yeah, I will wait before I get into things to make sure actually other people are joining this. But welcome back. Cool. Um, hopefully that was it's easy enough to find this like redo live stream. Hopefully it doesn't, because I know the YouTube link on my Instagram will take you to the old live stream now, which is always fun. So, which is always unfortunate because I feel like I won't get as many views on these live streams, which is a little unfortunate. But thankfully, it happens, right at the beginning of the live stream and not, half an hour in or an hour in or whatever. Um, but yes, please let me know if it sounds good on your guys' end, and if there is anything I can do to improve that. Yes, next week I will probably try to change this setup, I guess, because um, yeah, if it's doesn't sound great, I don't want to I don't know, I don't want to make it annoying to watch, but I do appreciate both you, Ralph, and Francesco, friend, yeah, friend Francisco. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I do appreciate you guys both sticking around for this live stream. I see you guys um, all in these all the time, so I do appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to jump right back in. Let's see, I got pizza coming, and my favorite YouTuber is live, so I'm just chilling for. That's awesome. I hope you enjoy your man. Pizza sounds really good. I need to make a pizza at some point. Um, but yeah, I hope you enjoy your pizza. um, so the next thing that I wanted to talk about, what I was starting to get into this year, after some thought, I decided to finish out some of the box sets that are you see behind me, and so there are a few sets that I had like started, and there's like ones that I just like, would watch like one singular movie of, and then put the box set on the shelf, and just never get around to actually watching all of the films within the set. And so over this last 2 weeks or so, I've been really working at trying to watch all of the films within specific box sets. The first one that I wanted to tackle was this Amityville horror collection. Well, this is the Curse collection, and so years ago, I watched the first film, Amityville Horror 4, The Evil Escapes. I watched this one on DVD years and years ago, and so I just never actually got an opportunity to watch the fifth, sixth, and seventh film within the series until semi recently. I got this box set, which is a fantastic set. Was very very high on my wish list for a long time, and so the next one that I watched. This is Amityville Horror or Amityville 1992. It's About Time. This is put out by Vinegar Syndrome. And yes, this is basically about a haunted clock. And it was honestly a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun movie. It doesn't take place in the actual house. This is one takes place in like the suburbs of California, I believe. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. And yeah, I don't know. I wasn't expecting a whole lot because Amityville Horror 4 was pretty rough because it's like it's about a haunted lamp. This one's about a haunted clock. And I really liked it. But the next one I watched was this was on the 3rd of the month, and that is Amityville: The Next Generation. This is about a haunted mirror, essentially. This one takes place in, it looked like Chicago, I believe, maybe inner city Chicago, maybe somewhere in the city. I'm not exact, or LA, sorry. In LA, inner city LA. And so it takes place in like in an apartment complex, and basically a haunted mirror. And so it was a lot of fun too. I was again not expecting a whole lot, but I was really enjoying all of these. Um, the the Amityville like sequels, because obviously there was the original one, which was a huge hit, and then they made the sequel, and they made a third one. I don't think I saw the third one. I think that's the only one now of the series I've not seen. But and then they did these four films, and then I think there was there was the remake, and yeah, I don't know if there's any a part of the official series because the word Amityville is not actually under any copyright stuff. So pretty much any horror movie could say, the Amityville curse or whatever, like, or the Amityville haunting, and or the Amityville, I don't know, um, and basically it's like you could use that title for anything, and so a lot of these other films were trying to ride off the success, but these ones were actually, I think, still tied in with the same studio or something. They're still semi tied in with the story. Um, but let's see. I loved the remake of Amityville. Yes, it's been a while since I've seen the remake, but I remember really enjoying it. So, was it also a real story? I hear 50-50 on it. I'm not actually 100% sure. I've also heard like it was partially a real story, but also partially not, and the characters potentially were like influenced or inspired like the Conjuring films, and I feel like there's a lot of like back history on it, which I should really look into more. But the next film I watched, and let's see, I watched this on the 4th of the month. This was the film Amityville Dollhouse, and this is like essentially about a haunted dollhouse. And again, this takes place in, let's see, yeah, this was put out in 1996. And I want to say this takes place in somewhere in California as well, but um, I could be mistaken. But basically, these characters just um, buy a new house, and the guy finds a dollhouse in this, or he builds a house and he finds a dollhouse in a nearby shed, and he gives it to his daughter, and then weird things happen. Again, I really enjoyed it. I really, really liked all of these sequels. I thought they were a lot of fun, and unfortunately, this box set is out of print by Vinegar Syndrome now, but I think you can still buy a couple of these on Vinegar Syndrome's website. I would highly recommend checking them out if you have not seen them already. But let's see. This year I kicked off with 3 days of uh, Condor 1975, starring Robert Redford and Dunaway. Really liked it. I don't think I've seen it. 3 days of Condor. I don't. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one, but that sounds awesome. Um, yes, I am curious what everybody else started the new year off with. I guess I should ask that too, because I think that's a spy thriller. Gotcha, gotcha. I feel like, do I have that? Let's see, kind of like trying to look in my other wall. I don't think I might own it on. I feel like I might own it. That sounds very familiar, but um, I am curious what everybody else started their year off with, because I feel like every single year I have to like think through which movie is going to be the first one of the year, and like which movie is going to be the last one of the year and stuff like that. But um, yeah. Um, see, wins Night of the Seagulls. Gotta get watched. Yes, actually, it's coming up. Um, so next box set that I wanted to tackle was my Blind Dead collection. This is one that my wife got me for Christmas, and so last year I watched Tombs of the Blind Dead. And so there were four movies in here: Tombs of the Blind Dead, Return of the Evil Dead, The Ghost of Galleon, and Night of the Seagulls. Um, Technically, Return of the Evil Dead is also known as Return of the Blind Dead. Um, but I've not, out of all of these, when I got this set, I've not seen any of them. And so last year, before the year was over, I watched Tombs of the Blind Dead. And so next up was the film Return of the Evil Dead. And yes, this movie, so one thing that like really like drives me crazy about these the Blind Dead collection was the skeletons, or the evil, like the zombie skeleton creature things. They would move so ridiculously slow, and the people in these movies would basically just stand there and wait for them to come to them and then run away, and it's just like, "Just run away." I feel like I don't know, it was like they would just move so slow, which I know is part of, the charm of, when they were made, but, yes, Return of the Evil Dead as a film, this is one that I believe this is the one where they get stuck in the church, if I'm not mistaken, and, um let's see, yes, they get stuck in the church, and so they're trying to get out and escape this little like town, which it was frustrating because it's like in the movie, I feel like if they just stayed put, they would have been fine, but they just kept leaving and kept getting picked off one by one, basically. Um, but yeah, definitely not as strong of a film as the original. I really actually liked the original, which I will say that's probably my favorite out of all of them. But um, yes, Return of the Evil Dead, was still fun. It was still worth a watch. And then next up, let's see. Yes, next up on the 5th of the month, I actually went to the theater to watch the newest film of Nosferatu. This is the 2024, or yeah, it's technically put out in 2024. I've seen the original one years and years ago, which I guess I'll show here. This is the original Nosferatu. Um, and this is a silent black and white movie. But the one in theaters, I really, really, really enjoyed. I thought it was a fantastic film, and I just overall I thought it was just such um, a fun movie. And I know it probably isn't for everyone, but it was just personally I really, really liked it. And I would, if you are a fan of if you're a fan of the original, I feel like you would enjoy it. And if you are a fan of Robert Eager, I think that's his name, right? Robert Egger, I think is his name. I do apologize. I don't have any movies on this side. Who is the director of The Witch, The Lighthouse, and The Northman? And so I've seen all of them. I actually have The Northman from the library sitting on the other side of the room, which I plan to watch this week. But um, yeah, I really like. I was excited. I'm very glad that I went to go see Nosferatu. Nope, Nosferatu. I always say it backwards, but Nosferatu. I was very happy to see it in theaters because I feel like it's a great theater experience. Um, and yeah, I really just enjoyed it, and I'm excited to for it to come out on 4K, and I will add it to the collection. Um, but after I watched that on the 5th of the month, I decided to start to dive into um, kind of go bounce back and forth between the Blind Dead collection and a another box set of mine. Let's see, The Northman is on my to see list for this year. Yes, I'm excited to actually check it out too because I feel like I wanted to see it in theaters and then it came and went and I just never got around to it. And I kept wanting to pick it up on 4K, but I just have yet to come across it at a good price. And so, um, yeah, I'm keeping my eyes open for it. But I have the DVD from the library, which I'll watch. But um, so the next box set that I kind of wanted to bounce back and forth between the Blind Dead collection, and I should have grabbed it, but you can kind of see it right here. This is the Flesh and Blood collection by who the director of Pete Walker. Who his I'd say his most famous movie was probably House of Whipcord, which I believe. Do I have? Yes. House of Whipcord was his a film that he did, and I really liked this one. I watched this one a while back, but and actually I saw two of his movies within that box set, and so I decided to watch the other. Let's see, there's one, two, three, four, five other five movies, and so the first one of those was the film The Flesh and Blood Show. This takes place on a kind of like an abandoned theater, and they're kind of trying to put on like practice for the show, and um, things keep going wrong, and people keep dying essentially, and it's a very I don't know. I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was a fun movie. And these like Pete Walker films, I was not expecting to like them as much as I did, but I really enjoyed that one. And then on let's see, on the 7th of the month, I kind of watched a couple of these in a row, and then I kind of started going back to the Blind Dead films. I watched the film Frightmare. which I think I probably liked this one more, but, um, it was kind of an interesting kind of a really sad ending, and a frustrating ending, but I really liked it where it's, uh, this lady who was essentially let out of an insane asylum, and, um it's kind of like up in the air. Is she doing all these bad things, or is she having help, or what's actually going on? But yes, I really enjoyed this one, and it's also this sister, like this one girl is trying to take care of her like younger sister, and she's also kind of going through a lot of stuff. And yes, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very well done film. The next one. Um, Let's see. How is the picture quality of those box set box set Blu-rays? I really thought it was good. I thought they were. Let's see. I think I watched. I don't know if I watched the DVD of House of Whipcord. I think I watched the DVD of House of Whipcord, but then I have the Blu-ray now. So I don't know a comparison between like a DVD quality, like what the old DVD quality versus a new Blu-ray transfer. But I thought the Blu-ray transfers for all of these looked pretty good. Um, I should add, yes, these are all Region B. This is a box set put out by 88 Films, and it's a Region B set. And so in America, you have to have a region free player to watch these. And so thankfully, I do. But yeah, so they weren't, unfortunately, not necessarily accessible to everyone here in the States. But the next one I watched of this series is House of Mortal Sin. And this is another one that's kind of like frustrating where this girl, she is not crazy, and but people around her think she is, and she's kind of going back and forth between this like this priest who's also he's crazy. And so um yes, I really enjoyed this one too. I thought like I don't know, it was a fun, like, is he going to get caught, is he not, type of story. But um I really like it. So um what movie was let's see. What movie was so good and the person did anything else good? Well, and never did anything else good. Um, the one and done type of director. Ooh, that's a great question. One and done type of director. Hmm, I don't know. That's a great question. I would have to think about that. There's definitely directors out there that basically only did one movie and then the other ones were just awful. But um, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Zach Braff. Yeah, I guess that's a good answer. Let's see. DVD are just 720 p. Blu-rays back then are all wait, back then always are 1080p or HP. Okay. Like for me, Bloody Birthday and the guy never did a movie again was weird. Yeah, Zach Braff is actually a good answer. I've not seen Bloody Birthday, but I need to. It's on my list. I added it to my watch list. But and then um, on the 10th of the month, I decided to bounce back to my Blind Dead collection box set, and I watched the film Night of the Seagulls. This was the first time ever watching this movie, and this is one that I have heard about, but I've just never gotten around to watching. But I really, really liked the location of this. It felt very, very isolated, which I thought was a very like a great setting for a horror film. And basically, it is set in this very small town, and uh, the zombie or the blind dead creatures or people or zombies or whatever you want to call them. They're kind of like still like haunting this town, and this town feels like they have to do like sacrifices every so often for these creatures or these the blind dead. and it's until like a new doctor comes into the town, and he is kind of like very confused on why the people are the way they are, and until he kind of gets mixed up in some things, and eventually he basically overcomes all of this stuff. And so I really liked it. I thought it was a very interesting film, and I probably still might have been my second favorite of this box set. Um, I really liked that first film, but this one I really liked the setting on. And then on the 11th, so last night, I watched the film Schizo. So this is also part of that 88 films Pete Walker box set. And um, yeah, this is another one where you're almost in the like you're really questioning on who is doing what. And I won't say too much unless, because I don't want to necessarily spoil anything, but this is a great one to go into completely blind. I feel like it's a great film. Um, but yeah, I this was on my list for a while to see, and so I'm very happy that I was able to actually check this out. But definitely worth checking out. It was a fun, kind of a lot of twists and turns, but I really liked it. And then the next movie, I watched this late last night. This is the last film in the Blind Dead box set that I have, and that is a film, The Ghost of Galleon. This completely takes place, or 90% of it takes place on this old like ship, and it just kind of is out in the middle of the sea, and there's all this fog around it, and there's the blind dead on the ship, and there's just um, things that happen throughout the film. But yeah, I would say this might have been my least favorite of the series. Um, but overall, I mean, I thought it was still a fun movie. I thought it was a fun setting. There's some like miniature effects in there that are definitely not um, as like they don't hold up very well, but it's still a fun movie. Um, and then the last movie I'll talk about, and then I'll jump into the comments here. This is one actually I just finished up not too long ago, today, and that is the last film of my Pete Walker 88 Films Flesh and Blood show collection, and that is the film The Comeback. This is about this singer who is trying to make a comeback. They're trying to kind of reestablish their musical career, and yeah, just bad things happen to him. And I won't say more than that, but there are some genuinely scary moments in this movie. That some really well done jump scares with the sound design, and the mask in this film, I will say, it's very, very well done. And yes, that was I really, really actually enjoyed that one. But that is everything that I watched of the year of 2025 so far. I'm hoping to next get into the let's see, the Bloody Terror, which you can kind of see in the corner there. Bloody Terror box set. That's put out by Indicator or Powerhouse. Really do not know which is the proper name. But I watched out of that whole box set. I started where I watched the film. What is it called? Bloody New Year. And so I decided to try to finish off that set. But then after that, I think oh, I should say, there are a couple other box sets that I would like to dive into just at the very beginning of the year. I have a Stephen King box set, and there's two Stephen King films here that I have not seen within that set. That is a Graveyard Shift and Silver Bullet. And so I will get around to watching those eventually, um, because I've never seen them. And then the other films within the box sets that I have not seen is I've seen the first film of this box set put out by Arrow Video, and that is the Gamera box set. And so this is just the films. The box is still up there, but I've seen the first film. I've not actually watched the rest of them, so I'll be continuing that series. And then the Herschel Gordon Lewis Feast box set. I have several films within this box set. Again, box sets up there, and these are just the films, but um, several to get through on that as well. And so I will be watching those at the beginning of the year, and then probably diving into some of these other individual releases that I have behind me. So But yes, that's everything that I watched. And kind of, I guess, a sneak peek of things I will be watching. Um, what was the Mark Ruffalo movie where he goes to prison on a private island or something? I think DiCaprio is in it too. Ooh, let's see. He goes to prison on a private island. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. That sounds kind of familiar though. I feel like I might have seen it. Do you care for Final Destination 6 this year? LOL. I don't blame you if you don't. Or Shutter Island. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Shutter Island. That is the film. I was going to say that sounded familiar, um, but Final Destination 6, that's interesting. I didn't even know that was coming out. I don't know because I feel like the Final Destination films, like, I feel like they kind of wrapped themselves up for the fifth one. It kind of like came full circle. So I really don't know where they're going to go with the sixth movie. And I mean, I feel like after the third one, I kind of stopped. I like it was like the fourth one was okay, fifth and like was okay, but those first three I thought were like excellent. I just feel like the like disaster within the fifth movie was too similar to the disaster of the second film, and the disaster of the race car. I thought it was just like I don't know. I thought it was okay. Do you watch Dead Meat, the horror YouTube channel? I've not. I've not heard of them, but I'll have to check them out after this. Um, maybe I have. I don't know. I'd have to I'll have to check them out. But um, yes. So, what are some goals that you guys might have for the year of 2025? Um, I'm curious on like what are do you guys like have like some things that you want to try to achieve, like whether that's a bunch of movies you want to watch or um, the what is it called? Like a bunch of films you want to watch, or specific movies you want to watch, or things that you've been putting off on watching. I am curious on those. But let's see. He does horror movie kill counts. It is so interesting. Okay. I feel like I might have heard of him, or I might have seen a video by him, but I'll have to check it out. I also watched Sound of Metal 2019, about metal drummer going deaf. Great sound design. Yes, that's what I feel like I've heard that. That's in the is that in the Criterion Collection? Why do I feel like that's in the Criterion Collection? Um, but I will. I feel like it's one that I missed out on seeing that one in theaters as well, and so I will. I'll have to check that one out. But yes, let's see. Just ordered Fear and Loathing Arrow 4K release. Been waiting to upgrade from my Criterion DVD for years now. Do you have it? Yes. So I have. I don't have the Arrow video release, but I have the Criterion DVD, which I always liked this DVD, mainly because of this awesome like slipcover. Um, but one thing that I don't like about it is, um, I don't know. I mean, it's a DVD, so that is the downside. Um, and I know Criterion. Did they put this out on? I cannot remember. They might have. Maybe they put this out on out of a on what's it called? They might have put this out on Blu-ray, maybe 4K. I genuinely do not remember. Yeah, I do not remember. It's definitely out on Blu-ray, but um, yes, Fear and Loathing. This is a very strange film, but I need to give it another try because I feel like when I watched this for the first time, I wasn't really super familiar with Terry Gilliam's style of things, and so I feel like um, I missed out on what this movie could be, and so I need to watch it again. And yes, I have the book actually. I should read the book, the novel too, but um, Let's see. I have a personal top 1001 list based on IMDb ratings. Trying to watch as much as possible of those. Awesome. I've talked about this in videos in the past, but I have like one of those like 1001 great movies to see before you die books, and I've been kind of trying to watch as many as like within those like books because I kind of mark each one that I've seen. Um, but there's some ones in there that are like really hard to find, and so I don't know. I also have a ton of movies with like within that list that have been sitting on a shelf that I've just never gotten around to watching. But um, yes, I that's awesome. Oh, you got a haircut. Not trying to be weird. Yes, I got a haircut. But I lost my plastic cover for Fear and Loathing. And yes, it's in 4K Criterion as well. Um, yes, that is one downside with this one. It's like if you do lose the plastic cover, it is like just like a blank. Like there's not even any kind of indication of what this really is. Um, so really this plastic cover is like the only thing to like indicate what the actual film is. But I yeah, maybe I should upgrade that soon to 4K because and give it another or give it another watch. But let's see. So you're talking to Ralph. Just ordered goodness, Moscow on the Hudson on Blu-ray. Super hard to find Twilight Time release. Only 3,000 copies, supposedly. If you haven't, it's a mystery watch. Moscow on the Hudson. I feel like I owned that movie. Do I still own it? Is the question. I owned it on at least DVD. I feel like maybe I got rid of it. I like did a huge like purge of a bunch of movies, and I feel like that was maybe within the stack of things to go. But I had it on DVD. I'll have to check it out again. But um, have you ever purchased from Groove? Groove. I have not. Is that a website or is it a like it is a movie website? I feel like I might have heard of it. GRUV. Yeah, I'm not sure. I personally have not, but I do most of my like online shopping through like eBay. I would say is probably most of my they sell physical media. Gotcha. I have not, but I'll have to check it out. I know there's a couple websites out there, um, like what's it? Orbit DVD is one. Um, what's the other one called? Diabolic DVD, Grindhouse Video. I think is one. Yeah, there's a few websites out there that like do like a lot of um, selling online. But yes, one of my 2025 goals. I have a personal top 1001 list based on IMDb ratings. Trying to watch as much as possible on those. Nice. Do you have anything for the Super? Or do you have anything for the Super Bowl? Anything for the Super Bowl? Like with what? I personally don't watch the Super Bowl because I'm assuming you're talking about the football Super Bowl. Um, but yeah, I don't watch the Super Bowl. I don't really care. I like have never been into sports, just not my thing. So I usually just never even watch. um, but let's see. A personal goal of mine was to acquire seasons 1 through 5 of The Simpsons, surprisingly cheap on eBay. Nice. I want to actually sit down and watch more of The Simpsons. I have seasons 1 through 18 and then season 20. Um, and I've seen the first 7 or 8 seasons, I believe. Um, so I really should sit down and actually watch through the whole series. It is kind of a shame that like they stopped putting out the seasons on DVD. I would love it if they actually just came out with a complete box set of, I don't even know what season they're on now, but I feel like that would be a worthwhile purchase. But didn't they just cancel The Simpsons finally? I feel like I might have heard that. Yeah, it's been running for a very long time. So, um, let's see. After the Substance, trying to catch up on Demi Moore movies. Last week I watched A Few Good Men, 1992, with Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson. Um, yes, let's see. I've seen A Few Good Men, and that was years ago. I need to rewatch that one too because, um, yeah, it's definitely one of those films that I feel like I watched it at an age where I couldn't fully appreciate it. There was a lot of those where, whether that was like a military film, or like a courtroom drama or something like that, where it just kind of like went right over my head because I was probably, oh, I don't know, 12 maybe. And there's definitely a lot of those that I feel like I would actually appreciate now more, but I should rewatch it. But are you on Letterboxd? Yes, yes, it's Kyle's Movie Co. There's a link in all of my video descriptions, or if you just go to my YouTube, there's like a link tree link, and then from there you can just follow that to my Letterboxd. And yes, I'm constantly adding movies. I don't really do too much rating on it, like rating films. I'm pretty much just like have been adding movies to my like watched list, but um, I feel like I don't know. I need to actually go through and maybe rate some films, but um, yes, I wanted to make it my Letterbox Kyle's Movie Collection, but it wouldn't let me make it a name that long, and so I went with Kyle's Movie Co. Um, so. But yes, you're welcome to follow me over on there. Um, Finally, let's see. Family Guy is better. Will say that to this day, and I think seasons 36 and 37. Gotcha. Um, yes, it's been a long time since I've seen Family Guy. I think I stopped watching Family Guy around what would I even be season 12 or 13. Mainly because I just kind of, I don't know. It's just one of those shows that I feel like I just lost interest in. Same thing with The Simpsons. I feel like I don't really watch a lot of, um, I mean, I just don't watch a lot of TV in general, but I watch more movies. Um, yes. Um, see, I watched Kinds of Kindness. I'm assuming Kings of Kindness last night. I really enjoyed it, but definitely not everyone's cup of tea. It's heavy in symbolism and not for casual moviegoers. Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like I heard about that one too. I need to give that one a try. Um, but I'll have to add that to the list as well. Um, but let's see. Looking at a watch list right now, and there's a lot of crazy movies I've never even heard of. Yeah, my letterbox is kind of a mess right now. I need to go in and organize it. But um, how bad is Superman 3 and 4? I've never seen those films. Um, I've never seen a Superman movie before. I don't know why. It's been a while since I don't even know. Have I seen Superman 3? I've seen Superman 1 and 2. And I don't remember if I've seen 3 and 4. I feel like I might have a long, 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 long time ago. It's been a while though, so I don't fully remember them. I know Superman 4 is like it's considered like the worst one of the series, but um, let's see. Worst movie I watched this year yet, 9/11 2017 with Charlie Sheen. I've not seen that one either. Let's see. Anything new from Retro Attic? Let me think. I'm trying to remember if I got anything recently from Retro Attic. Um, I don't think so. Not that I can recall at the moment. Um, I made a few stops there recently, but the last couple of times I've been there, I haven't really bought anything. Um, yeah, I'm mainly just been looking around. There's a lot of interesting things though there right now. Um, yeah, I don't think I got anything recently, but I might be stopping back there sometime soon. And let's see, have you seen Attack of the Killer Tomatoes slash own it? I do not own it, but I have seen it. I saw it, I think it was actually last year for the first time, and overall, I actually was not that. I thought it was just okay. I feel like it was not my type of movie. I just didn't really like connect with it. And I understand why people would probably really, really like it, but yeah, just in general, I thought it was just okay. Um, but I'll um let's see. Let's see. Last Criterion movie you watched. Ooh, that's a great question. I probably was which one was it now? Guess I can quickly look here. Oh yes, the Phantom Carriage was the last Criterion film I watched. I watched this on New Year's. So it was a this one takes place on New Year's and or New Year's Eve rather. That's when I watched this, but this is from 1921. It's a silent Swedish black and white film. Um, and yeah, I really really like this. I've actually yeah, I guess I forgot to talk about this. From the last live stream. I didn't talk about this one. So, yes, this was actually a very very impressive film from 1921. It's a silent, again, black and whites or tinted technically Swedish film, and there's a lot in here that is a it is a impressive. There's characters walking through doors and stuff, and you have to really like question of like how do they even do that? And so I really actually liked Phantom Carriage. I thought it was a very well done film. Let's see. Are you still trying to get more of those Giallo sets, the box sets behind? Yes, the Giallo. I'm assuming you're talking about the Giallo Essentials, or yes, the Giallo Essentials, put out by Arrow Video. I have the yellow, black, and white sets. They made a blue and a red, so I'm missing two of them, I believe. Um, and I want the limited edition sets because I don't like the ones that are just like the movies are just like in like a really like flimsy cardboard case. I really like the ones that I have back there, but I would love to get yes, Giallo Essentials blue and red. I feel like those would be awesome to add to the collection. But I still need to watch. I've only seen yellow, so I still need to watch black and white in there. But um, let's see. But yes, I also need to get similar to the Giallo, which these are the Forgotten Gialli, which is uh, Gialli, right? Yeah, put out by Vinegar Syndrome. I need to get more of those too. So which those are also fun. Let's see, what are your top five favorite Criterion movies? Ooh, that is a great question. My top five favorite Criterion movies. One that I always go to that I love talking about is Contempt by Jean-Luc Godard. That's probably one of my favorites within the collection. Um, man, I really like The Red Shoes. I thought that was a fantastic film. My Dinner with Andre is another one that I absolutely love. I don't know if these are all my top fives, but these are just ones I really, really like. I really like Slacker. Um, I mean, anything by David Cronenberg is fantastic. Anything by Stanley Kubrick is fantastic. Uh, and of course, yeah, I'll end with this one. But anything with David Lynch, anything David Lynch has made, I absolutely love. So he's one of my all-time favorite directors. Does Criterion have its own studio slash make movies or no? No. So Criterion will just do they will produce their own special features, but they won't actually make a feature film. Some of their special features are kind of long, so they'll do interviews and this and that with the films. But no, it's not like A24 where they'll actually like, produce a film. Um, they'll just basically produce well they'll do restoration work and then they'll produce special features. Um, let's see. The sets are 110 each. I saw the other day at my local store. I don't know if it's reasonable. Not sure which sets you're talking about. I think I saw something pop up about MASH. It called MASH. Um, I, yeah, I'm not sure. See, the sets are 110 each. I saw them the other day at my local store. I don't know if that's reasonable. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. How do you or how do you store slash display laser discs? I don't know how I can store mine. So I basically store them like just like any other basically format where it's just like lined up. So they um I have them over in like one singular like bookcase, and I have them on like a shelf as well. The only downside to that is they are like since the spines are so thin on them, like vinyl records, it's very hard to tell which laser discs are what. And so in the future, what I want to do is actually I want to make a like a vinyl bin basically where I can like flip through them like um, so instead of the spines being like this, I would like to actually like be able to flip through them like this. So like when I'm looking at them, I can like flip through each one and see the cover. And yeah, that's the best way I can think of. Is currently what I have is definitely the most space effective or the most space efficient. Um, but um, I really want to get a like build like a vinyl bin so I can actually flip through them because I feel like that would probably be the better option so I can actually see what I have. Um, let's see. Do you own Starship Troopers from 1997 on Blu-ray? Just ordered mine. Yes, I have it on DVD and on Blu-ray. I love that movie. I think it's such a fantastic film. Um, I honestly I'm surprised that like Vinegar Syndrome seems like they would be the company to come out with like a really nice 4K edition. I feel like that would kind of fit like their like branding, but I feel like if that was the case, I would for sure buy something like that because I love Starship Troopers. It's such a fun movie. Um, let's see, I've seen some show called MASH, the complete series, and uh, see, it's identical to your sleepaway camp box, and I get tricked every time I see the dumb box at Walmart. Yes, MASH. They have the red cross on uh on their DVD set. And I've never actually seen MASH. I have the DVD for like the movie, but I've never actually sat down and watched the show. I've never actually even seen the movie, but it's been one that I've been like, it's been on my radar, semi curious about. But yeah, the I think so. That's like a big my DVD set, which you can kind of see it over here. They actually didn't get the permission to use the red cross on the DVD set. That's why that's actually out of print now. Um, but let's see. The Killing Criterion is one of my favorites by far. Speaking of Kubrick, I love Cronenberg and Lynch too. Was Wish they'd release Eyes Wide Shut Criterion on 4K, but I doubt they will. Actually, um, this is like so they like just I think it was just yesterday put on like Criterion on Instagram. They put that they have they're going to be showing a 4K restoration of Eyes Wide Shut on the Criterion channel, which I am so hopeful that the that means that we're getting a 4K of Eyes Wide Shut from Criterion because that would be amazing. That movie is well deserving of a 4K restoration. But yes, I like The Killing. I have the Criterion Blu-ray, and then I also have the Kino Lorber 4K as well. I've never actually have not got a chance to pop them in and kind of like compare them, but um, yes, Eyes Wide Shut would be amazing. The Giallo set was 110 each. Gotcha, gotcha. I would say when it comes to the Giallo sets, depends which one, because if it is so like what makes them out of like what makes them like the limited edition versus like the standard edition, is they actually have like a sleeve. I guess I can show that quickly. Um, So the standard edition, the edge would just look like this basically, where you can actually see the films. The limited edition has this fancy little paper sleeve, which I just think it looks so much better to like pop this off and you get this awesome like artwork on here. You can't see the movies in this one on any of the sides, so you have to take this off to it to see them. Um, and yeah, I feel like I got these during a sale on Arrow Video's site. I believe they're like 30 a piece when I got them on sale. I don't fully remember how much they were each. Um, but yeah, I think I'd say like the easiest way to tell if it is a good deal or not is just like research them on eBay. I mean, look them up in the store and like just usually you can just scan the barcode, and that'll kind of give you an idea of what its like street value is versus like what a store is trying to get. 110 sounds a little high to me, personally, but I mean, I personally probably wouldn't pay that much for it because there is only three films in there. You are only getting three movies, but um, so that's a little high in my opinion. Um, let's see. Gonna leave it to you, but both first time watches. But should I watch The Howling first or Alice Sweet Alice? Ooh. Um, Out of the two, I personally liked Alice Sweet Alice more. But I'm also not like a diehard werewolf fan, so I feel like when it comes to werewolf movies, I'm not like it's not my type of movie. It's also been many years since I've seen The Howling. But Alice Sweet Alice, I watched for the first time. I think it was last year, and I liked that one. So, um, yeah. Um, if you had to choose, who do you like more, Shout Factory or Kino Looper? Ooh, that's a great question. Probably. Oh man, because I really do like Scream Factory. Shout Factory, I have a very small Shout Factory collection within my boutique labels. I'd probably lean towards Kino. If I had to go between Kino and Shout specifically, probably Kino. I love how what I really like about Kino Lorber is like their classics, the Kino Classics line, where it's a bunch of films from like, some of them are over 100 years old. And so they're very hard films to find except through Kino, which is kind of a fun thing where you're getting all these very old films. And so I'd probably have to say Kino if I had to decide between those two. But great question. Um, have you ever watched any Dutch language movies? Maybe in your Paul Verhoeven section. I have not watched a ton of Dutch films. I have the Paul Verhoeven like collection where it's like his first five movies, I believe. I have that DVD set, and I need to dive into that. So maybe this year will be a the year I actually dive into that the set, but. Um, Yes, I need to watch more of his movies. I do, he is in my like directors section, but dude, if they release Eyes Wide Shut on Criterion 4K, I'm pre-ordering it. One of my top three favorite movies. Yes, it is a that might be man, that might be a pre-order too for me. I don't know. It's like one of those films that I've seen multiple times, and it's every time I watch it, I feel like I get something else out of it. Um, it's such a fantastic film. Um, it's a hard movie to recommend to people, but I really like it. I think it's a fascinating movie that's definitely deserves a 4K. But Might be delayed. Don't remember. But are you going to see Saw? Are you going to see Saw 11 this year? If it isn't, I probably will. I saw I saw 10 in theaters this last year, or this whenever that one came out. And I remember liking it. I thought it was just I should say I didn't necessarily like it. I liked it. I didn't love it. And um, yeah, maybe I'll see it. I don't know. I just kind of depend, I guess. But um, let's see. What physical media company was your first love? Company, I would say Criterion. That was probably the first one that really got me into boutique labels. That's the first one that like it kind of even like I realized, oh, it's beyond just the studio of like the studio releases. It goes way deeper than that, and these are films that you can't necessarily just get at Walmart or Best Buy or whatever. Now it's a little different because now you can actually get a few boutique labels at those places. I mean, not Best Buy anymore, but yeah, Criterion was by far my first company that I really started getting into. But do superhero movies crack the Criterion Collection? No, there are no, as far as I know, there are no superhero films within the Criterion Collection. Um, I'm trying to think of any others that like would potentially count as a superhero movie, but no, I don't think any Criterion, and I don't think that will ever be the case. I don't think superhero movies ever will get into the Criterion Collection, um, because I don't know. I feel like Criterion is kind of one of those companies that has um, a very specific like type of movie that they're releasing, if that makes sense. Um, but any advice on collecting film? 8 millimeter, 1635. Should I even start? When was the last time you watched film in your house? Those are all fantastic questions. So, yes, so it's been a while since I've watched film, and I was actually just telling my wife the other night that I really should sit down and watch some of these films that are sitting on my shelf. I have a whole like film display, and yeah, I recently got presented the opportunity to buy some 35 millimeter film, and I decided not to. Right now, actually, at the Retro Attic, he has the fifth reel of Saw 2 um, on 35 millimeter film, and which is tempting, but I really would love to get a complete 35 millimeter film. And I don't know. It's one of those things that I don't have the projector for it. So it'd really just be a display piece. And so I really have to find a movie that one that I like, but also one that I that's worth investing money into for something I really can't use besides the display piece. Um, I would say when it comes to collecting film, uh, the biggest thing to watch out for is like how the film was stored. If it's all like moldy and falling apart, I would say don't even bother because chances are when you start unraveling the film, it's just going to like lose its picture immediately. Um, I personally wouldn't spend a ton of money on a like film like 16 or 35 or 8, mainly because I just don't watch them enough to justify spending a ton of money. Um, I have a decent collection of things I've not seen, but uh I don't know. I would say look for things that like you would love to see like as a display piece. Film in general, I would say is more of a display piece than anything. I would say it's especially because it takes a lot of effort to get into a projector, get the whole thing set up, and unless if you have it set up all ready to go, it does take a lot of effort to rewind it and all that stuff. But um, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Dark Knight wouldn't it or it's such a masterpiece. Yes, Francesco, you're talking about Criterion superhero movies. I feel like that would be maybe the one superhero film that might that like would be considered for the Criterion collection. But I remember watching the first Saw in theaters when nobody ever heard of Jigsaw before. That was a good one. Never cared for the remake or sequels. Yes, I wish I saw. I wish I saw some of these like classic horror film. I guess I don't even know if you would consider the first Saw movie a classic, but it spawned now a million sequels. But I wish I kind of saw it in theaters. I think that would be fun. Is there a store like Walmart, etc., that had their own let's see, their own sold here steelbook that was your favorite? Their own only sold here steelbook that was your favorite. Um, I don't think so. I don't know if there's any like store exclusives or like because I had like Best Buy exclusive steelbooks. I'm just like I'm not a huge steelbook person. I definitely have several within my collection. Um, and I don't know if I have any that are like exclusive to the store that I would consider to be my favorite. Um, I don't know. I would have to think about it. Um, let's see. Do you collect MVD Rewind or MVD Visual? Uh, let's see. Culture Shock has Assault of the Party Nerds coming out. Awesome. Yes, MVD Rewind. I have two titles. I think that's MVD. Yeah. MVD Rewind. I have the two of the 4K titles. I have Swamp Thing and Ghoulies on 4K, which they were releasing through. You could find them at Best Buy, and then Best Buy stopped selling physical media, which is so annoying. Um, but I have two of those, and MVD Visual. I don't think I have any of those. I know which ones you're talking about, but I don't have any in my let's see, MVD has Rain Man on 4K. Nice. I'll have to check that out. But yes, MVD as a company, I'm not like super. I haven't really like dove into it too much. I have like again just those two titles. I don't think I have any other ones that are part of that label. Um, but see, favorite snack, your drink, or favorite snack, I'm assuming, or drink when you're watching movies. Coffee, I'd say is probably my favorite. Um, I don't really eat like, I'm not much of a snack person. I do like sugar, so I do like, I mean, cookies, brownies, all that stuff I love. Um, yeah, I'm not like I have a like I like what's it called? I have a popcorn machine. My father-in-law got me a popcorn machine that I've been putting off trying out. I really want to. It's on my list to do, but I got popcorn for it. I just need to like set it up and like I built it actually on a live stream last year, but I I'm not like I should just set it up and actually try it out because I am excited to do that. But like in the movie theaters, the the one theater I go to, they actually sell like a mini like cookie cake, and it is like the most delicious thing I've ever had. And I always get that when I go to this specific theater, and so which it's like I'm really surprised theaters haven't done this, but like just make it a like mini coffee shop within the theater. I feel like that would be fantastic, just to like sit down with a cup of coffee and like a little like pastry or a little like cookie or something. I feel like that just it's a perfect combination. Um, but I'm definitely more of a sweets person than a savory, but yeah, I uh I do like sweet stuff. I found the first Pokemon movie on or movies. Oh, wait, I found the first Pokemon movies. A steelbook Blu-ray. They go for 50 plus $8 at Goodwill. Kyle, you gotta remember the first Pokemon movie. I've actually never seen it. Or the first three. Yeah, I've actually never seen any of the Pokemon films. It was just one thing that I just really never got into growing up. And I don't know, I never watched the movies, never collected the cards, never, you know, just it's something I just never like got into. My nephew actually right now is really into Pokemon, but I yeah, it's just something I just personally was just never really interesting to me. Uh, let's see. Do you know Swamp Thing is a comic book movie? He's from the comics. Yes, actually, I have the third volume of Swamp Thing. I have like a really nice like hard, which I don't collect comics, but I got these. I got a couple comic books as a gift, and I have like the third volume of Swamp Thing, which is kind of fun. But yes, I want to see Return of Swamp Thing, and I actually have the second or third season of Swamp Thing, like the TV show. But yeah, I've never. I need to actually watch some of those because I've seen the original or the first movie, which I actually really enjoyed. So, let's see. Our cinema here in town has a mini Starbucks inside. Would be perfect for you. Yes, I'm surprised that like that's like not more of a thing where you can just like get like a little like coffee and um honestly, even like coffees and donuts, I feel like that would just mix so well with like sitting back and watching a film. Um I'm truly shocked because like I went to a like more of a chain theater and asked if they had any kind of like cookie, and they're like, well, the closest thing we have is probably like Kit Kat bars. Um and I don't know. The one like independent theater that I go or sometimes go to, they have cookies there, but I don't know. I don't think they have coffee. Um, I feel like having a coffee would be amazing. Um, let's see. I thought your generation let's see, would. I am born in 2000 and it's all the rage back then. See, I thought your generation would. I'm born in 2000 and it's all the rage back then. Let's see. You have a Starbucks. Oh, you're answering. Gotcha, gotcha. You have a Starbucks in your theater. Yeah, that's so lucky. That's yeah. I would hate a movie theater that smells like coffee. Coffee smell gives me a headache. Yeah, maybe that's why they don't do it. I mean, because definitely coffee's not for everyone. But I um yeah, and it's probably also if you spilt it in a dark room, like then you're like yeah, I don't know. Because I also like I don't drink pop, so like maybe that's why I wish they had coffee. So um, what is your favorite 2010 or 2010s movie by Wes Craven? Um, and let's see. That everyone hates. I can't remember the name. It's driving me crazy right now. Man, definitely there are some Wes Craven films that everybody hates, but I cannot. Yeah, I'm not sure because there's definitely ones um, that he did, which Wes Craven is one of those directors where I am like not super familiar with like um I don't know, where like or My Soul to Take. Yes, I feel like I own that movie? I do not. Wes Craven is a director that I feel like I am let's see. My Soul to Take, yeah, that is directed by Wes Craven, but I do not own it. He's one of those directors where I'm not super familiar with a lot of his films. I've seen like Scream and his bigger ones, obviously like I don't know, but I'm not super familiar with like his other works. But I hate the places that serve food. Um, the ushers walk in front of you with food to serve, and the smell of stale French fries. I've never been to one of those theaters. I There was one near me growing up, and it used to be a the theater itself used to be like a dollar theater where you would just it was like $1.50 to see a movie. Um, but then they changed it to one of those ones that like serve food, and I just never gotten to go, but um, yeah, I've never experienced it, but let's see. Wes Craven did Cursed, and Red Eye. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I've seen Red Eye. I have seen Cursed. I believe I own it actually. It's over there somewhere. Um, we don't have people who serve you in the theaters while you sit. What else am I missing at the movies, man? Yeah, it is kind of like a weird it's like a weird like niche thing for theaters where you can do like the where you sit and they like bring you food and stuff. Um, but haven't seen any Halloween movies yet. I always almost prefer the first um, outgoing of horror titles, always looking for new things, so I um, lose interest in sequels. Yeah, yeah. So tired of all the YouTube videos that say physical media is dead. Yes, I completely disagree. I think if anything, physical media is um, it's not going anywhere. I think the fan base for physical media is now stronger than I don't want to say stronger than ever because like we don't have rental stores anymore. However, we do have boutique labels, which the people that are buying boutique stuff is, I mean, they're pumping thousands of dollars into discs. Um, and they're really after specific editions and trying to get really, really um just I mean, all of the stuff behind me is like stuff that people are trying to collect, and it's weird stuff that you would have never heard of before. And so, yeah, I definitely think physical media is very much alive and well. And yeah, I definitely don't think it is um, a thing that's dying or anything like that. But let's see, you guys are talking back and forth. Any cinematography titles in your collection, like not cinematography titles, Little Darling or Going South or Let's Embrace. S- I don't think so. Going South sounds familiar. I don't think I have any of those in my collection. Have you old time? Yep, old Twilight Time titles. Yes. So I don't have any of those cinematographer. Yeah, sorry, I'm mispronouncing everything. Um, Going South. Isn't is that put out by Vinegar Syndrome? Is that a partner label? Going South. That sounds so familiar. I apologize. Um, and have you any old Twilight Time? Yes, I actually have a very, very small collection, very small collection of Twilight Time titles. I have here is five. I have one other on the other side of the room within my Woody Allen collection, but I would show those here. I basically only pick these up when I come across them at a good price. So this is like Theater of Blood. This is actually still sealed. And I think I got $15. I usually get these whenever I go or if I come across them at the Retro Attic. But it's an interesting title or interesting what's it called label that I'm not super. I don't have like a ton of them, but I do know that some of them are very very hard to find. Um, let's see. We are the living proof. Physical media is here to stay. Yes. Um, yeah, because I feel like the people now who have like physical media collections, I mean, there are people who have just their favorites on like a little shelf, but I mean, there's people like me who have their entire basement. floor to ceiling covered, which I don't know if that would have happened in like the early 2000s, where, I mean, I've always loved physical media. I've always been collecting, but yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's people out there that would have collected VHS back in the day. Yeah, so it's gotcha. So it is a vinegar syndrome label. Gotcha, gotcha. Um, yeah, so okay, the partner labels of Vinegar Syndrome, the are not even necessarily partner labels, just like some of the other weird labels of within Vinegar Syndrome's catalog. I am like not Vinegar Syndrome is like one of those companies that I have, like as you can kind of see, starting right here and this whole shelf here. What's missing is the Amityville set. Um, but that shelf there, that's all my Vinegar Syndrome, and I feel like it is a company that I'm not super familiar with. I only have like a handful of partner label stuff. I know some people are really into it, um, but I need to really get more into what's it called, Vinegar Syndrome stuff. But did you see the movie, superhero movie? Just a scary movie ripoff. I loved it. Yes, actually, I've seen a superhero movie which has Leslie Nielsen in it. And yeah, it's definitely those like movies. So superhero movie, epic movie, date movie, disaster movie. Out of all of them, scary movie. Out of all of them, I'll say Scary Movie 1 and 2 are actually pretty solid films. The rest of them are pretty rough. I remember like thinking superhero movie was kind of funny. It had some funny little bits in it, but it's been many years since I've actually sat down and watched it. Kino is releasing Woody Allen's Play It Again, Sam, which is great. I've not seen that one, um, but I'll have to maybe look into that because I know some of the Woody Allen movies are very hard to find, which is very strange. But um, he is in my excuse me. Woody Allen is in my director section where I'd like to actually watch more of his earlier works. But Imprint has TV movie collection coming out. Awesome. I That's another company, Imprint Films or Imprint. Is I don't think I have any Imprint titles within my collection. Um, let's see, VS or Vinegar Syndrome. Best new release is looking for Mr. Goodbar. Um, yeah, I'm very far behind when it comes to Vinegar Syndrome. I would love to buy up more of their titles. It just, which maybe I'll do a video talking about my thoughts on Vinegar Syndrome as a company, but I don't know. That might be in the future. Scream 7 is officially a year away. I am just so curious for the story. I'm kind of excited, but I have some expectations it's going to be good. Surprisingly, I actually really liked Scream 6. Scream, the remake, or the soft reboot, and Scream 6. Surprisingly, I was shocked. I was really expecting them not to be good, but I really liked the Scream films. Leslie Nielsen in Repossessed, coming from Kino Lober. That's like one of the only Leslie Nielsen films I've not seen is Repossessed. I've seen pretty much all of the other ones, which some of them are, including like 2001, which is it's a rough movie. It's not funny in the slightest, in my opinion. But um, let's see, how cool was the DVD promo thing I sent you earlier? And thoughts on the Spider-Man DVD combo pack I found. Yes, I love finding. I have a bunch of like I have a box within my movie room of just like a bunch of that just DVD stuff of like whether that's just like DVD inserts or promos or stuff like that, just like the most random stuff. Like I have a bunch of the little like mail-in cards for like buying VHS and stuff like that. But I yeah, they're awesome. But yeah, that promo was fun. Imprint has an epic release for the Never Ending Story and A Bridge Too Far. Yes, I saw the Never Ending. I think was it Imprint that did that. Um, yeah, I've actually. So fun fact: the Never Ending Story is a film I've never actually seen. It's this one. I think I talked about this maybe on the last live stream, but it's a movie that I just kind of like miss growing up. So I don't have any nostalgia for it. Um, and I have the Blu-rays, but I've just never gotten around to actually watching them. So I really should sit down and watch them. But yeah, I Imprint is a company that I really should look more into. I think Imprint is the one, if I'm not mistaken, they put out a Suspiria 4K. I think it was Imprint. Which yeah, that's one title that I really really want to get is the Suspiria remake 4K because I feel like that movie would look fantastic on 4K. Um, let's see. Are you getting the Reanimator 4K set? I don't know. Probably not. Um, but I would love to. It'd be awesome to have it, but maybe I'll have to look up how much it's going to cost. But let's see. I liked five more than six. Six had its moments, but it tied the worst in the franchise, in my opinion. Five more than six. Um, it's like five more than six. Six had. I'm not sure which movie you're talking about. I apologize. Oh, Scream. Yes, 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 yes. Um, yes, I would say, s- yeah, six was like an interesting like idea, and I think that's what I liked about it is like it was in a completely different setting, and I was very curious on how they would do it, and I feel like um, it was like a different setting and an interesting I don't know, it had an interesting twist to it for in regards to Scream Six. Um, let's see. So cool, Linda Blair spoofing The Exorcist herself. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I think that's for Scary Movie 2, if I'm not. I think that's what we are talking about. Um, Wrongfully Accused is on Mill Creek as a twofer with Big Bullies starring Rick Moranis. I have, let's see. Um, I've seen Wrongfully Accused years ago, but I have it on DVD, I believe. But yeah, Mill Creek is another interesting company. Love to see Leslie Nielsen as Mr. Uh, Magoo come to Blu-ray, but it's Disney. Um, I feel like I think I have Mr. Magoo on DVD, or VHS rather, maybe DVD. I cannot remember. VHS, yes, yes. Um, do you have the Little Rascals collection from Classic Flicks? I do not know. Um, I've seen the original Little, not maybe not the original. I've seen like the movie Little Rascals. But it was like because I know they did like the black and white show and stuff, but I'm assuming it was a remake or like a the movie or whatever. Um, I saw that years ago, but I think that might have been the only Little Rascals content. I own some of the VHS tapes, I think, and maybe a couple of the laser discs. Um, but yeah, I've not really. Little Rascals is another show that I've really not gotten into, or maybe not show, but movies, I guess, that I've really not gotten into. But Second Sight announced Scanners and the Brood. I saw that, and I would love to get those because I only have the Criterion Blu-ray of Scanners and the Criterion Blu-ray of the Brood. But both fantastic David Cronenberg films. Um, are you going to watch the new Predator movie this year? It's going to be set in the future, so sci-fi Predator sounds fun. Oh well. Possibly. I might maybe I'll watch it just because it's out of curiosity. Um, I I wasn't a huge fan of Prey. I really, really like Predator 1 and 2. But beyond that, it's I feel like the series has a lot of misses. Like The Predator, in my opinion, was a miss. Prey was okay. Predators, it's been a very long time since I've seen like Predators, but um, yeah, I really, really liked Predator 1 and 2. Favorite Liam Neeson movie, is Taken any good? I enjoy Taken. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I feel like there was a Liam Neeson movie that nobody talks about, that I really like. I think. I mean, Phantom Menace is also like just it's just fun. Um, yeah, I don't know, but I liked. I mean, Taken was okay. It definitely. I feel like a lot of people have. I remember the marketing for that movie was all over the place. Do you like Sydney and Gail, or do you think Sydney and Gail will survive in Scream 7? Probably. Um, I don't know. I feel like almost at this point, the whole Scream franchise is it's like that's what's hard is like I feel like they almost should have just quit when they were ahead, and maybe just stopped at Scream 6. Because now my only fear with it is that like it is such a like they're so deep into the um commentary on sequels and all this stuff that like I feel like they might get I don't know, the movie might lose its like charm, but some would argue that it already has. Favorite Shane Black film. Did you know he did Iron Man 3? Favorite Shane Black movie. I know he did what's it called? Predators, or The Predator rather. Um I don't know if I have a favorite Shane Black movie. I've seen a couple of his movies, but Iron Man 3 was okay. I thought definitely not my I mean Iron Man 1 will forever be my favorite Iron Man movie, but let's see. Nice Guys and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang are great films. I have not seen Nice Guys, but it's been on my list for a while to watch, and I've owned it for a while, and I just need to sit down and watch it. But Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is a one movie that I really think is an underrated film. I feel like nobody talks about it, but I absolutely love it. It's been a while since I have actually sat down and watched it, but when I watched it, I was blown away. Um, Same thing with the movie, Running Scared. That's another one with Paul Walker. It's a one movie that I feel like nobody ever talks about, but I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was very well done. Um, let's see, Long Kiss Goodnight, Monster Squad, and Last Boy Scouts are written by Shane Black. Gotcha. Um, I, let's see, Last Boy Scout. Was it? I think all three of those movies I've actually not seen, which I feel like these live streams I just like talk about the movies I've not seen. But there's definitely like classics of movies that like I should have seen by now, but I just haven't. And I feel like Long Kiss Goodnight or Long. Why does that sound so familiar? I might have. I don't remember if I've seen that or not. Um, see, Second Sight is gonna do Nice Guys 4K. That's awesome. I need to actually sit down and just watch the movie. I think I have the Blu-ray. I should just watch it. See, I own Kiss Kiss Bang Bang on Blu-ray. I need to rewatch it indeed. Running Scared with Billy Crystal is a great 80s buddy cop comedy by Peter Hames, who did Time Cop and Sudden Death. Yes, there was a movie called Running Scared. Which did I own that one? I feel like that might have been another one that like I might have gotten rid of. Yeah, I don't have it anymore. I think I did own it at one point. Um, but see, have you seen Voodoo with Corey Fieldman? I found it around Halloween time. Just never seen it yet. Pretty sure it's 80s. I'll send a pic after if you. interested. I don't think I've seen it. Voodoo. Yeah, I've not. I don't. I definitely have not seen it. I don't own it. See, Long Kiss Goodnights with yes, Sam Jackson. Yes, yes, yes. I think I own that. I've not seen it though. Let's see, Kino released Running Scared on Blu-ray. Gotcha. Is Inferno by Argento a good watch? I really liked Inferno. It's technically speaking a sequel to Suspiria. It's I would say it's a loose sequel where it's like it takes place in the same universe. I don't think you have to see Suspiria before you see Inferno, but I thought it was pretty good. I need to rewatch it, and I feel like I've seen Suspiria so many times that that is the the one that I always go to. But Inferno is one that I semi recently watched. Got to see it too. Gotcha. Do you have Anchor Bay License to Drive Blu-ray? I do not. No, I have License to Drive on D or VHS. I think that I have an old VHS copy, but I do not own it on Blu-ray. Hello, all. Good evening, Kyle. I just arrived. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Um, let's see. Anchor Bay Blu-rays are going for insane prices on eBay and Amazon. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Anchor Bay is I think they're kind of coming back, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I have a small Anchor Bay like old DVD collection, but I think I only have like a handful of their Blu-rays. One of my favorite Anchor Bay Blu-rays that I have, um, if I can reach it. This was one of my first Blu-rays I ever got, and this is technically put out by Anchor Bay. This is the original Dawn of the Dead on Blu-ray. Um, yes, this was a movie that when I was first getting into Blu-ray, it was like one that I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind. I saw this at Walmart. I think it was $8. And I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind owning Dawn of the Dead on Blu-ray. And so I bought it. And then I remember this went out of print and it was very, very expensive. I don't know if it still is expensive or not, but um, yeah, I always held on to this one because I'm like, I feel like this is um, when I saw the prices of it at one point, but now they came out with, some nice 4Ks of the film. So I don't know if the Blu-ray is worth anything now, but I would love to get the second sight, the second sight 4K collector's edition or whatever it's called on for Dawn of the Dead. I feel like that'd be an awesome collection. How often and how do you decide to get rid of a title after watching it? So I would say not very often do I decide to get rid of things. There are times where I will just, for instance, I had like a shelf for in my movie room of things that I have not seen that I'm like, this will probably be a watch once and get rid of. But then I always found myself never actually watching the movie. They just kind of sat there, and I would always prioritize watching stuff like what you see behind me. Um, and so I would say very rarely would I ever get rid of anything behind me, but I would consider getting rid of um, like standard DVDs because those ones I'm just like, well, if it's a thing that I really care about, I would have probably seen it by now, and if I really want to see it in the future, I can always get it again. Um, and so it's like in some ways, I'm like, I'd rather have the shelf space and I could always like trade that stuff in. And maybe if I trade in 10 titles, I can get like one quality title. Um, and so I try to like have like, actually, I just went through my whole horror collection again and picked out a few titles that I'm like, I don't really need these. I'm never going to actually watch them. They've been sitting on my shelf for years. And, so yeah, there every now and then I'll say that I really get rid of things, but I don't know, not as often as I probably should. Congrats on passing 3.5 subs. Thank you. Yes, actually today I just hit 3,600 subscribers, which was fun. Um, but let's see. Hi, hello, welcome to the live stream. Did you pick up Trick or Treat, the 1986 Trick or Treat from Synapse? I did not. I thought about it, and it's one of those films that's actually I have here the DVD of Trick or Treat, and unfortunately, I was going to watch this on Halloween, and it was like the disc itself looked fine to me. There's like some very very minor like scratches on the disc, but when I popped it in, it would not play, and so that's why it's kind of set aside right now. And it's a movie I've never actually seen, so I want to get myself a copy and actually watch it before spending whatever. I think it's like $60 or whatever from second or from Synapse. I do really like Synapse. I really really like Synapse 4K transfers. I own the two Argento 4Ks, or two of or no, three of them. I own Suspiria, Phenomena, and Tenebrae. Or yes, and those all look fantastic. So maybe I should pick up Trick or Treat. Um, Let's see. Rank the Firefly trilogy worst to best. I gotta see The Devil's Rejects and Three from Hell. Or I still gotta see.
Hey guys, my AirPod just died, so let me know if it sounds fine on your guys' end. I just switch out there. Um, so yes, the Firefly trilogy. Um, Devil's Rejects. There was Devil's Rejects, House of a Thousand Corpses, and Three from Hell. Out of the three, I honestly probably liked Three from Hell like least. I really liked House of a Thousand Corpses. Honestly, probably in the order that they came out. So House, Devil's Rejects, and then Three from Hell. That'd probably be my ranking. Do you have the Brain Scan Blu-ray from Scream Factory? Brain Scan Blu-ray. Do I have that? I don't know. No, I do not. Yeah, Brain Scan. Yeah, I don't have the Blu-ray to that. Um, I have the DVD. Yes, that's the. Yes, sorry, I had to check. I have the DVD of Brain Scan, which I've seen, and I do like it, but I do not have the Scream Factory Blu-ray. Do you have? Let's see, Kyle. Do you have any edition of the 2008 film Revolutionary? Nope, goodness, Revelation Road, based on the novel by Richard Yates, directed by Sam. And starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet. I do. Yes, maybe. I have the DVD. Yes, I see it in my collection over there. I have the DVD. I do not. I've not actually seen it, but I do own it. Um, so I'll get around to watching that as well. Um, let's see. I want to get and watch Trick or Treat, but the DVD is so rare here in Canada that like three sellers are only selling it. Sounds good. Yeah, I do. The thing is, I really want to see it. It's just I wish my DVD copy worked. Let's see. Are you doing your comedy DVD collection? I would like to. I really need to. It is on my list. And what I would like to do is maybe separate them out in my collection and maybe do maybe a video for it. But I need to figure out how I'm going to do that in this on the other side of the camera here. But yes, it is on my list. Volume is low again. Better speak up. I do apologize. Volume is good for me, but I got headphones in. I don't know why this AirPod doesn't produce the volume. Let's see. Yeah, it's good enough. No worries. Okay. I do apologize. This my one AirPod just died, so I had to switch AirPods, and yeah, I do apologize for not great audio tonight. Next week I will hopefully, if I actually, yeah, I'll prioritize that this week, and I'll have better audio for a live stream next week. But speaking of, actually, what's your favorite ever B horror movie? Um, B horror movie, I would say probably Troll 2 might be my, if you consider that B, or if you consider Troll 2 to be a, you know, C or D or F like tier horror movie. Yeah, I'd probably say Troll 2. I feel like that's a fun one. Um, but yes, I should speaking of live streams, I should add this here. Let's see, house. Yeah, see, I can't wait for your comedy collection to come out. Yes, yes, yes. I will I have it written down. It's on my list of videos to make. But so speaking of live stream stuff, this week actually, if you do follow me over on Instagram, I will advertise this more. But I'm going to be on a another channel for a like an interview live stream type of thing. So if you are curious for that, just keep an eye out on my Instagram story, and I'll have a link that will send you over to that live stream. So and I'll probably link it again after the live stream wraps up. I'll link it again on my Instagram. So if you're curious on that, I always like doing those like collaboration video type of things. So, um, but but yes. See, so I've been talking for 100 minutes, which is kind of insane. Um, so we're at an hour and 40 minutes here. Uh, but I will probably wrap this up here, unless if there's anything else anybody wants to say. A lot of conversation tonight, which is always good. Um, but yeah, I will. I'll probably wrap it up. Um, let's see. What's up, man? Love the movie video. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I see, really, that's awesome. You're getting discovered by and meeting with other YouTubers. Congrats. I'll be there. Sweet. Yes, I think I've done now. I think I've done like twice before. I've done collaborations with like other videos or other YouTubers on here, where whether that was me interviewing somebody or me on their channel. So I should really I really should have a like somewhere where you can like go and find all those videos, like whether that's like a playlist or something. And um, yeah, I always love doing that. I love interacting with other YouTubers, and I love interacting with you guys because it's always I don't know. I love it's the best. But almost 3 here, so I am fine with wrapping up yawning. um, yes, thank you, Ralph. Thank you so much for tuning in, especially being 3 in the morning. Uh, yeah, I I see. Sorry, a friend of mine's messaging me. Um, yes, and then 9. Let's see, it's 9 p.m. here or here, Ralph. Um, yes, I do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these live streams and tuning in. It's always so fun to interact with you guys, especially. I mean, uh, between like time zones of somebody being Ralph at 3 a.m. for you and it's 9 p.m. For you, friend. Francesco, I believe that's how you say your name. I apologize if I'm butchering that. Um, but and I think it's 8 or 9. No, because I started this as it's yes, it's going for 9 o'clock here. So, um, but yeah, I'll end it here. Thank you guys again so much for taking the time to tune in. Again, if you are watching this on the playback, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And feel free again to leave any comments on things said or discussed down below, and I will reply the best I can. Um, and yeah. Um, Frank or Frankie is cool too, but you said it right. Yes. Okay. Sweet. Um, I yeah. I always feel bad if I mispronounce someone's name, but I try to do my best. But thanks for live stream. Perfect. I will. Yes. Thank you again for everyone that tuned in. I do appreciate it. And I hope everybody out there has a fantastic week. You know, we are in the middle of January, and so I hope it's not too cold wherever you guys are in the world. We've been getting a lot of snow here in Ohio, and so I'm outside plowing driveways, just seem like every day, but it's always fun. Um, But yes, so I will see you guys all next week. And again, keep an eye out for on I think it was Thursday later this week. I believe it's Thursday. Um, but I'll be on another live stream. So take care, guys, and have a good night.